요거 미션 끝나고 나서 그대로 쭉 가다 오면은 여기 느낌표 하나 있고 자동으로 이벤트 하나 이어집니다.
Sir, sir, a letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
See what it says here? Postage paid. Won't weasel any coin out of me. Now scram.
Knew I should have wiped dirt on that stamp. Bumbotch!
Dearest.
I suspect weighty affairs, rather than merely the wine festival, have drawn you to Toussaint. Perhaps you'll find time to probe a certain matter in spite of this. I recently came across the mention of one Professor Moreau, a scholar in Beauclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. Though the details are rather murky, as is the location of the scholar's laboratory, his journal could contain more information. It lies buried with him in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the book I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. I felt this matter could prove of some importance to you, thus I dispatched this letter without delay. Whatever you decide, please take exceedingly good care of yourself. Your Yen.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
제 모로의 묘는 여기 파헤친 묘가 모로의 묘입니다.
Inscriptions in elder speech. Salvation lies not in Dolnevde, but in our hearts. Glory be to Eldarin. Damn, Professor's journal's long gone. Guess somebody else found out about it too. Should look around, see if I can find something else.
여기서 요게 끊겨 있어요.
Footprints, narrow and shallow. Somebody small, light. Woman maybe? Wonder where they lead.
다시 한번 조사를 해야
Trail
되는구나.
breaks off. Wonder if the grave robber learned more than I did.
이번엔 시신을 조사하시면 됩니다.
Professor certainly can't do much to help me with my search. Won't learn anything else here. Map Yen sent me will have to do. Also, Epitaph mentioned both Eldarin and Dolnevde, Valley of the Nine.
이 퀘스트 물품에서 투생 지도라는 게 있어요. 오래된 투생 지도.
Site marked on the map's all wet now. Some tour flows through there. Must be where the Valley of the Nine once lay. Need to explore the location.
네, 이게 어디냐면은 위쳐 센스로 이용해서 보면은 요 아래쪽에 포탈 표시가 떠요. 여기 방금 보이죠? 흰색. 여기입니다.
Grave robber must have found something in Moreau's tomb to activate the entry portal. Wonder what surprises this place has in store. Branded spice. Sick sense of humor someone's got.
냄새 은근히 많이 나오네. 대충 뚫고 가도 상관없습니다. 어차피 뭐 포션 빨면서 가면은 이 정도야 견딜만 하지. 여기서 이제 쟤네들 덤벼듭니다.
Liked cats.
아이고. 아, 얘네들이 아니야. 얘네들이 이근이가 안 걸려요. 그냥 패는 편이 편할 겁니다. 아이. 자, 한 명만 죽이면은 계속 패자. 오예. 여기가 여기 맞는데. 여기서 그냥 점프해서 올라가는 거예요. 아니구나. 내려가는 겁니다. 요 녀석이 또 덤벼듭니다. 요번에 그냥 벼락을 빨고 패보자. 진작 벼락을 쓸 걸 그랬다. 여기는 어떻게 해야 되냐면은, 자, 아드 이용해서 여기 4개의 그게 있어요. 여기도 장치가 하나 있고, 요쪽에도 하나 있고, 마지막 장치는 그냥 석궁으로 쏘시면 됩니다. 여기 뭔가 있어 보이는 건 페이크예요. 이거 저기 뭐지? 툼레이더 같은 것처럼 탈 줄 알고 뛰어내리면 죽습니다.
Interesting as places go. Seems someone put a lot of thought into its design. Should look around.
자, 이제 보물을 건드리면은 저기 나옵니다. 아크그리핀 바를 믿고 대충 때리면은 요즘 회복 안 해도 되겠다 어차피. 자, 요 가고일 발을 여기에 올려놓습니다.
Great. Portals. This just keeps getting better.
자, 이렇게 돌아갔고, 요게 왼쪽으로 가면, 자, 지금 이게 석상이 정면을 보고 있죠? 정면으로 들어가셔야 돼요. 네, 이번에도 마찬가지. 이쪽으로 쭉 가서, 자, 석상이 이쪽을 보고 있죠? 요 문으로 들어가시면 됩니다.
Must be where Moreau had his lab.
자, 확대 환등기 수정을 여기 2개 찾고 요 장치를 작동을 시킵니다.
Just need to pick an entry.
The 18th of Yule, year 1102. Today I begin my great life's endeavor, one greater and more significant than any I have thus far undertaken, for it relates to me personally, to myself and my son. When 15 years passed, a beast of the forest assaulted me. A witcher came to my aid, saved my life. I could not know that for said salvation, I would in the end pay by relinquishing any say as to my own son's fate. Had I the skill to turn back time, I would have done so, and perished rather than surrender to the Witchers my only son. But as it was, on the day when Jerome was taken, I swore an oath on my honor that I would recover my son. Today, following years of research and preparation, I have at last devised a device that allows me to study mutations. If the gods in their goodness grant me but a bit of favor, I shall find a way to reverse said mutations and restore Jerome to a normal life.
So, Professor wasn't out to enhance Witcher mutations, wanted to reverse them. Wonder if he managed, and if there's anything in it for me.
Observation 22. Despite applying a surfeit of toxic substances, significantly more than usual, the subject displayed no symptoms of overdosing. I believe this to be an effect of the mutations. Thus, a minor success. This mutation should allow Jerome better to tolerate toxicity. Observation number 30. The mutations do not set in at once. Curiously, they do not develop over a span of time. Rather, for a mutation to progress towards completion, the appropriate mutagen must be applied continuously. The subject does not bear this well, but I found a way to make the mutations less taxing, invasive. To the mutagen base, I add the albumin of a mutated giant centipede egg. Stored in a glass terrarium, the eggs do not develop, remain small. The eggs themselves are a sight to behold. Mutated, they are luminescent, emitting a wondrous glow. I can only hope my addition of the albumin will produce no significant side effects. Time will tell. Observation 58. Sometimes failure is the catalyst for success. I've discovered a method by which one type of mutagen may be transmuted into another through the addition of certain ingredients. This is a great day for science. In addition, I observed that today's dose of mutagens brought the subject to the brink of death. He then suddenly awoke, revived, his strength renewed. Not wholly, of course, but he did in a sense come back from the edge of death. Whether this is attributable to his mutations or to pure coincidence cannot be ascertained. I must conduct further experiments. Years of experiments, research, sacrifice, all for naught. I have failed to achieve my defined objective. Each mutation I applied to my subjects proved ineffective when applied to Jerome. What I meant to cure him of his witcherism, that which I meant to restore to him a normal life, only deepened his mutations, further augmented his speed and strength, rendered him yet more inhuman. It seems my son must remain a witcher forever. I have failed. The time has come to abandon this place. Return home to Lydia. She may yet deign to take me back. The contraption and mutagens I leave here let them wither and crumble. As did my dreams of regaining my son.
So the professor wanted to reverse the mutation's effects. Ended up deepening them. Stroke of luck for me. Could profit from his failure. So, Professor tried to neutralize the effects of Witcher mutations. Only managed to enhance them, though. Used the albumins of giant centipede eggs as his mutagen base. Need to go on an egg hunt.
자, 가기 전에 여기 책을 보면은 거대진에 대한 그게 있어요. 요걸 보면은 거대진에 대한 정보를 습득할 수 있습니다. 자, 이 부분 전투시만 다시 찍었습니다. 일단 쿠엔 하나 바르고 이르덴 준비하고 들어가세요. 그 다음에 들어가자마자 깔고 이근을 다시 준비한 다음에 기다립니다. 자, 이 녀석이 지금 나올 때 제대로 걸리면은 저 경직되면서 아무 데미지를 못 줘요. 다시 이근을 설치하고 원거리 공격은 그냥 다 피하세요. 여기서만 깔짝깔짝 되면 됩니다. 아이고, 다 맞네. 자, 곤충 기름 발라주시면 좋고. 자, 이르덴 꺼질 때 됐으니까 다시 한번 깔고 회피. 아이고. 어디야? 또 안 옴. 이근이 시간 다 될 것 같으면 다시 한번. 아유, 제가 왜 자꾸 저러냐. 이게 튀어나올 때 이르덴이 깔려있어야지 경직이 걸리거든요. 미쳤나보다. 다시 한번 깔고 이근이 준비하고. 와, 진짜 초동. 자, 이제 옵니다. 여기 근거리에서 계속 올 때까지 기다려야 되거든요. 아, 요 근거리 패턴만 자주 사용해주면은 금방 끝나는데 요것만으로 죽긴 하겠네요.
Need your eggs.
자, 저쪽에 한 마리 더 있습니다. 다시 한번 쿠엔을 한번 쓰고 이르덴을 준비하고 들어가자마자 장판 깔기. 다시 이근이 준비하고 쏘고. 아, 이런. 이번에는 한 마리밖에 안 나와서 아까 전보다 좀 더 수월할 겁니다. 자, 이런 식으로 처리하시면은 금방 처리 가능합니다. 아이템이? 어디야? 여기네. 자, 요거 엮고 나서는 여기 아드로 깨고 나가면 끝. 어우, 야. 아, 석궁까지 다 벗어야 돼요?
Intriguing as Professor's mutagens might work out on his son. Well, time to find out. Power cell for portals. Portals. Feels dead.